Well, we spent the last couple of weeks using top plays to revisit some of the top performances from the fall. Northwestern Lehigh's incredible run on the gridiron, along with all of our area district champions in boys and girls soccer, field hockey, and girls volleyball. But the winter sports season is officially in full swing now, so it's time to start highlighting some of the best from the second phase of the high school sporting calendar. We begin this week with our first set of gold medals to be handed out this winter, which came last week during the EPC Team Spirit Championships at Easton. A year after finishing in sixth place, the host Red Rovers rose all the way to the top here in 2023, posting a league best score of 89.57, narrowly edging defending champion Nazareth by 1.47 points. Wednesday's victory was Easton's first Team Spirit Championship since 2019 and the fourth in program history. Congrats, Rovers. One squad that's quite familiar with title triumphs is the Bethlehem Catholic girls basketball team, winners of 7 straight district crowns and off to another blistering hot start this time around. The Golden Hawks enter the week having won 4 straight, most recently picking up a victory over Nazareth last Friday. One sparked by 26 points from senior Cece Hernandez. The dynamic guard reached double figures in the opening quarter and had 16 points by halftime. 4 of her 6 triples came across the opening 16 minutes before ultimately finishing with a game-high 26 points overall. Hernandez has gone for 20 or more in 3 of Becca's first 5 outings this season. She's currently averaging 19 points per game heading into tonight's matchup with Whitehall. Becca girls are 4-1, while the Parkland boys are 5-1 in the season's early stages. An overtime loss to Malvern Prep, the only blemish on the Trojans' resume so far. Nick Koval leading the way for the fellas from Moorfield. He's posted at least 24 points in each of his first 6 ball games, dropping a season-high 32 last Tuesday against Whitehall. Koval with the Baker's dozen of those game-high 32 points in the fourth quarter, as Parkland broke a 45 all deadlock after 3 by outscoring the Zephyrs 23-11 across the final 8 minutes. The reigning EPC MVP is averaging nearly 27 points per game. The Trojans get Deerfield tonight before visiting Northampton on Friday. Speaking of the K-Kids, they enter the week riding a 4-game winning streak, a run highlighted by a victory at historic Rockney Hall early last week. Northampton down 29-28 with time winding down in the third quarter when Tristan Pinnock found Brody Graff in the corner. The senior knocking home the buzzer, beating 3, giving the K-Kids a 31-29 lead they would never relinquish. Graff with a team-high 14 points overall. He then posted a season-best 22 on Friday against Pleasant Valley in moving Northampton to 4-1 in advance of tonight's matchup with Freedom. Northampton with 4 straight wins in the EPC. Palmerton, meanwhile, now with 4 in a row in the Colonial League, a run that included a track meet victory over Southern Lehigh early last week. In a game that featured 142 total points, Blue Bombers senior Matt Mahalik led everyone with a game-high 33. After counting a Baker's dozen in the first half, Mahalik exploded for 20 points across the game's final 16 minutes. Part of the seniors' impressive night was a 10 for 13 showing at the free throw line. Palmerton still with 2 games left before Christmas at Catasauqua tomorrow, before visiting Northwestern Lehigh on Friday. The Bombers currently lead the Colonial League West, while Notre Dame Green Pond is pacing everyone over in the East. The Crusaders a perfect 5-0 in the league, 7-0 overall, averaging nearly 64 points per game through the season's first 3 weeks. A big reason why is senior Colin Boyle, who guided Notre Dame's win over Saucon Valley last Thursday with a season-high 28 points. Boyle's big night included a half dozen made 3-pointers, including 4 in the first quarter alone. Notre Dame has enjoyed an average margin of victory of 26.5 points over the first 7 games. The Crusaders visit Wilson tomorrow for their final contest before Christmas.